Hi everybody, welcome to the official Supercross Live post-show fueled by Monster Energy. Kevin Barnett, Jim Holley, an exciting night in Salt Lake City here on the campus of the University of Utah Rice-Eccles Stadium. Jim, it was amazing. We'll start with the Western Regional Supercross Lights class, and we weren't talking about a championship getting wrapped up, but it happened.
It did, and you know, that was something that Eli Tomac, you know, he wasn't expecting it when he came off and he had won the event. He comes off and he didn't know if he won it, but Mike LaRocco had that #1 jersey for him and they knew he did it. But you know, you got to give a gallant effort to Dean Wilson. You know, he's been struggling with the shoulder. He had a problem in practice. He had a bike mechanical and he crashes again, and you know, he was putting in a good fight, but just unfortunately that shoulder is just I'm sure that he's going to go get it operated on probably after Vegas. Hopefully it'll be all right for Vegas, but Eli Tomac comes away with the championship, and I asked him, I said, hey, this is a lot better than going into Vegas last year. He says, oh yeah, I'm relaxed now. I'm ready for that East-West shootout.
Yeah, it seemed like unfinished business for Tomac after the way it finished last year. Right behind him, second and third place, great ride for the Rockstar Energy Suzuki riders, Jason Anderson, Martin Davalos. Career night for Anderson and great finish, season best for both those riders.
You know, you mentioned Jason Anderson. He had to collect that $1,000 from Nuclear Cowboys because before the parade lap, you know, these guys are coming out, they do a practice start. He gets into the back of Ryan Sipes there and they both go down, and I'm just one man, but he got back. He had to feel embarrassed about that. He said, well, you know what I can do? I'm going to get that whole set. I'm going to lead this thing. But you know, what a great ride for him. I talked to him. He said he was a little tight. You know, after lap 10 he was tight and Eli Tomac got him, but what a great ride for him and his teammate, like you said, Martin Davalos, the third. Martin was strong all day, had good times and everything, and you know, that's why you keep racing and you don't get discouraged. I mean, those guys could have quit a long time ago and bummed out and everything, but you know, they keep fighting and they're ready for that East-West shootout as well as Tomac.
And in that Supercross class, Jim, we talked about in the open about the door was open, somebody could come in and get their first victory, but Ryan Dungey came along and slammed that door right in their face. He picks up another win for KTM.
Yeah, 3 on the season for KTM, and he had to work for it today. I mean, he comes out in that first you know, practice session, he had a little crash, short runs into him. They had a problem with the bike. He didn't get to ride there. They made some changes. He comes back out for the first time practice. He's not happy with the bike. He goes one lap, he pulls in, and then in the third one he comes back and he put it in the fastest time. So, you know, he didn't have too many laps on this track, but he came out in the heat race and rode good, and in that main event, you know, he had to fight for it. And I mean, he had a big heart. I mean, he could have just said, you know, oh well, I'm okay in third, but he catches up to his old nemesis there, Jake Weimer, and they get to battling back and forth, and all of a sudden Dungey finds himself on the ground and he's got to pick himself back up. He's in third, he works back up and he catches Weimer, and Weimer's, you know, he just tightened up, you know, and that was it. There was no fight left for Weimer, and then he says, well, you know what, I'm going to go after Millsaps. Millsaps collects that $1,500 from Nuclear Cowboys. He's out leading this thing. He led it 19 laps. And then all of a sudden he runs into lappers, and Dungey said, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's a bummer for Millsaps, but Dungey, you talk about the team effort behind him and the troubles they had all day. I talked to Roger DeCoster after the race. He said it was a 2mm piece that broke off in the hydraulic clutch. That's what they couldn't figure out for that first practice. They found it, and really that speaks to the team effort that goes in every week for these riders to win. It's not just about the rider on the bike during the race. It's about the whole team all day.
It is, and Carlos, his mechanic, you know, picked up the MMI Top Mechanic Award, you know,
deservedly
for $500 because he had to work for it today. And you know, everybody, I mean, Ian Harrison's over there, Roger DeCoster, all the technicians, you know, they knew that you know, we got to get this thing under. But you know, as a rider, you know, you lose a little confidence, not in the team but on the track. I mean, like I said, he didn't have that many laps out here, and there was a few sections out here that they didn't do until the heat race, because in the practice during the day it was a little bit loose, and I'm talking about that step on and step off, and you know, he sees the other guys do it, now he's got to do it. But it was a great ride for Dungey, 3 wins for KTM, but I was just bummed out for the JGR Toyota Yamaha team. I thought Millsaps was going to have his first of 2012, but another second for him. And you know, Weimer, another podium back to back. He seems to be pretty happy with it. He just says, hey, you know what, there's always Vegas.
Yeah, Weimer and Millsaps both pretty consistent in those second and third spots. A lot of podiums for Weimer. Good ride for him. Certainly the Monster Energy crew wants that with Villopoto out. So lots more racing to come. We will have the Monster Energy Cup coming up. If you missed buying tickets for next week's race, you have an opportunity to see the best riders in the world coming up October 20th, Sam Boyd Stadium, Monster Energy Cup, and right now a 50% off promotion, Jim. If you want to pick up tickets, 50% off for the next 2 weeks at Terrible Herbst and participating Food for Less locations. Go pick up your tickets right now for that event. And we have new riders who've signed up for that.
Yeah, you know, as the race was going on, we announced that Michael Essie's going to ride, as well as Justin Brayton. But it should be a great Monster Energy Cup. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, they were looking at last year, it was a first-time event, but after they saw how important it was, that Villapoto picked up $1 million, and I think they really like the hybrid track, and they like the format of 3 10-lap main events with just a little bit of a race. And these guys said, hey, I want to ride this thing. And you know, a lot of guys changing brands, you know, at that time of the year. It's a good opportunity for them to get out there and get a Supercross race under their belt before the start of the season at Anaheim.
Yeah, and don't forget the other stuff that's going on there. Adamson Cirillo was there last year, and also the Hill brother was there. We saw a lot of different riders. Justin Hill taking home a victory, and a freestyle competition.
Yeah,
$40,000 on line.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the freestyle competition, as well as those All-Star Amateurs. I mean, I think that's a great venue for those guys to get their feet wet, and not only to ride a great Supercross track, but to be underneath the lights and with all the fans and everything. It's very hard to duplicate that at the practice track.
Okay, so it's all about Las Vegas for Supercross coming up next week with the finale, the East-West Shootout. Of course, points races for both the East and the West Regional Supercross Light Series, along with the Supercross class finishing up the season. It's going to be fantastic action in Vegas.
Yeah, and you mentioned Vegas. Don't forget, during the press conference May 4th for the Cross Club guys, they're going to get a chance to look at that new 2013 schedule, and they're going to have a chance to buy the tickets early, and get them early because, like we said, Anaheim sells out, Vegas sells out, so they got a chance. It's a good time to be a Cross Club member.
All right, supercrossonline.com is the place you can become a Cross Club member. It's free, first shot at tickets. I'm Kevin, he's Jim. We're going to wrap up the season next week in Las Vegas.